Rise and shine, it's breakfast time. Hi, everyone. This is Jean, and you're on the Real Food Genie channel. Real food for the mind, body, and soul. Today, I'm going to show you this quick and easy protein pancake recipe that will make you excited to eat breakfast again. Okay, so if you want to follow along with this recipe, let me give you the ingredients that you're going to need. We'll need a half a cup of oatmeal, half a cup of almond milk, 2 eggs, half of a banana, a nice heaping scoop of protein powder, and a little pinch of baking powder. That is going to give it a little fluff, make it nice and fluffy, and optional cinnamon. You'll also need a blender, so I'll be using my Ninja single serve blender just to whip this all up. I also recommend a nice nonstick skillet and a nice flat spatula. All right, so let's whip this up and get started. First, we're going to add the milk, a couple of eggs, I always put the liquids at the bottom so that it doesn't stick when you're blending it. Then next I'm going to put in my oats. Pop in half the banana. Protein powder. Dash of baking powder. And I like a lot of cinnamon, so I'm going to hook it up with some cinnamon. Pop it in my Ninja blender. And I'm going to blend it up real quick. What you're looking for is a nice consistency, a nice batter, just like some pancake mix, not too extra runny. It's not going to be super thick like your typical pancake batter, but it's going to be just perfect. Let it sit for a minute or two. That allows the baking powder to activate and make it a little bit more fluffy. Meanwhile, let's get started and heat up our skillet. All right, let's add a little touch of spray, and you want to heat up your skillet on medium heat. So I wanted to point out this cool skillet that I have here. If you've noticed on the handle here, it started out red, but then it starts to fade into this white color. That's letting you know that your skillet is actually warm and the heat is evenly distributed. So, maybe some typical skillets you might be filling around by putting your hand here or, trial and error. But this is a really cool feature on this skillet. It's also 11 inches, so you have this huge area to cook in. And it's been pretty good so far. I actually got it on Amazon. I'll drop the link down in the comments in the description in case you want to grab one. All right, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and I just wanted to show you by letting the batter sit a little bit, you're going to get a little bit of a thicker consistency. So that's good to just let it sit for a bit before you start cooking. And I'm going to pour my batter in my skillet. And let's let that cook a bit before we flip it over. So if you're used to cooking traditional pancakes, you know that you kind of want to let it to bubble up a little bit. This is going to do the same thing. So take a look. Once you start to see the little bubbles up top, it's probably time to give it a flip. So let's see what we got here. Look at that baby. Do you see this golden brown deliciousness? I'm just here to tell you it's going to be so tasty. So I'm going to start with another round, and I kind of filled this one up just to give you an idea of how big this skillet volume is. Like you can make some super huge pancakes. But just one tip, if you start to see your skillet smoking a bit, just turn it down a little bit after that first round so you don't scorch the rest of your pancakes. See, we got our bubbles again. So let's give it a try, see if it's ready to flip. Looking good. Look at that baby. Hello. Now that is a beautiful protein pancake. You cannot tell me that this does not look like some Waffle House, but without all the junk. All right, this one was looking ready to go. I think I have enough for one more, so let's put that baby on. All right, that's looking nice and bubbly. Let's give it a check. Yes, perfection. I cannot wait to dig into this, and I can't wait to hear the comments if you tried out this recipe. Please feel free to drop in the comments if you tried it, if you added your extra flavors or mix and matches to it. I would love to get your feedback on this. All right, let's test this baby out. It's looking good, and we are going to transfer this over to the plate. Hey, so now we have these delicious looking pancakes here. And I know what you're thinking. Where's my syrup? Where's my toppings? So I'm going to hook you up. Give me 1 second. So I'm, where are you? Okay. So I know what you're thinking. Where are my toppings, girl? I need something on top of that. I got you covered. So we're gonna make a really quick and natural topping that you're gonna love. Your body's gonna love it, and it's not gonna contain any junk. I'm starting out with some mixed berries. You could get any variety that you want. This one in particular is pretty delicious. It has some sweet cherries, blueberries, and blackberries in it. All you have to do is grab a cup, nuke it in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and mix it up, and we'll be ready to put it on our topping. The second thing that I recommend is coconut yogurt. You can also use Greek yogurt as well, but this coconut yogurt gives a really tasty twist, some healthy fats, and it's dairy free. So if you're trying to stay away from dairy, you want an alternative or a different flavor, try out some coconut yogurt. It also has really good probiotics in it as well. All I'm going to do is add a cup of berries into a microwave safe dish. Next, I'm going to cover it up with some saran wrap. I'm going to leave just a little peep of a hole in the corner because we don't want it boiling over in the microwave. And then I recommend microwaving it on 30-second intervals until it's nice and bubbly. So I had this on for about 1 minute or so. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to kind of muddle the berries a bit, just get all those flavors mixed up. You could always pop it in a little bit longer, just a few seconds longer. Don't overdo it, but the longer it cooks, it could actually thicken a little bit more. This is fine for me because I like for that juice to kind of soak into my pancakes. So let's grab our pancakes, top it, and give it a try. Oh, look at this delicious breakfast. Can you imagine waking up to this every day with your excellent fiber boost from your berries, probiotics from your yogurt, extra protein in your pancakes? This is what you want to start your day off with. Enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today on this delicious protein pancake recipe. I know you can't wait to get started on yours. Let me know in the comments how you enjoyed them and how you added your special touch. I hope you like this recipe. I've added a few links to all of the things that I used today in case you need to grab them. But otherwise, enjoy breakfast.